Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I'm an alcoholic through and through, and today, by the grace of God, I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I could not be any more grateful. I want to talk today about recovery math. Recovery math. I gotta come up with a speechwriter, right? What is recovery math? Well, I saw a thing on Facebook. I think it was Facebook that said something to the effect of effort is a direct result of your interest. And, I started thinking about it. Well, if it's something I'm truly interested in, and yeah, I'm going to apply effort. And I thought back to July of 2021 when, I'd come into the rooms, I'd given up hope. I tried everything already. Nothing worked. There was no way in hell I was going to be able to stop drinking. So I might as well go ahead and really try this AA thing that everybody kept talking about, telling me about. And so anyway, I came in and I saw these people that were serene, that were happy, joyous, and free, that were just having a hell of a good time. And I couldn't wrap my brain around it. There's no way they could be that happy and serene and be clean, be sober. It just wasn't possible. So I definitely, had that interest there. But as I started thinking about it a little bit deeper, interest alone is not enough to get somebody sober. I was interested in getting sober back in 2013, but I didn't do anything about it. I tried AA. I walked in the rooms. They talked God. I said, "I'm out. See ya." And I had an interest in getting sober, but my interest alone did not keep me sober. Did not get me sober. Did not keep me sober by any means. And so I was thinking about it a little bit more. There's really more than just interest. It takes interest and action. Interest plus action equals effort. Interest plus action equals effort. Interest. Let's talk about that for a second. Does whatever it is I'm interested in, obviously I'm interested, so it must sound appealing, right? It must be attractive to some degree, maybe intellectually, maybe physically. It's got to be something that catches my attention in order for me to have an interest. And in my case, in July of 21, my interest was, is this even possible? Because again, I didn't think it was possible for me to get sober. So I walk in this room, meet my sponsor and all those guys, and I'm like, wait, they're sober? And I'm sitting there thinking I can't get sober? So immediately my interest was there because I saw something I was attracted to. I saw serenity. I saw peace. I saw, people being happy, truly, sincerely happy, laughing, cutting up, just having a hell of a good time. So that was what piqued my interest. But interest alone is not what's going to get us sober and keep us sober. It may get us sober for a little bit, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to keep us sober. So I had to take action. So what action did I take? Well, when I saw these people being happy, joyous, and free, and allegedly doing so sober and clean, well, I had to find out if it was bullshit. Right? I had to find out if it was just an act, if it was some charade, if it was some level of indoctrination that was just being manifested through these folks. So what action did I take? Well, I started trying to poke holes in it, poke holes in their charade, poke holes in their acting performance, if you will. That was kind of, not exactly my thoughts, but that's kind of where my thoughts were. And the only way for me to do that was to apply this old simple rule of actions speak louder than words. So if I followed these guys around, I could visibly see if they were truly, if it was all just bullshit. I would find cracks in their story. I would, that old investigative tendency of mine. I would be able to shoot holes in their story. I would see cracks in their foundation. And lo and behold, so I took that action. I started following them around, going to meetings, started asking questions, started trying to listen and learn and read as much as I could. And slowly over time, these little pieces of action that I was taking, that I didn't realize I was taking, by the way, started reinforcing the things that I was seeing. Instead of disproving the very things that I believed it was bullshit, believed it wasn't possible, believed these guys may have been just putting on an act. Well, by my actions, I started seeing that my beliefs were wrong, that they were being sincere, that they were truly happy, joyous, and free, that they were truly serene. And so it didn't take very long for me to go, well, shit, if they can do it, why can't I? Even for me being as hopeless as what I was at the time, well, shit, if they can do it, why can't I? And so that's where it all ended for me, because, again, I had an interest. I walked in the room seeing people happy, joyous, and free, just like the young lady I shared about the other night at the Crosstalk meeting. She walked in, she was going, holy shit, I'm in the wrong place. And Eric was like, no, you're not. I had an interest, and I took that interest and I applied action. I applied an active action behind it. And that interest plus that action created results for me. It created effort, which created results. And today, by the grace of God, I'm still sober. I went to bed last night falling asleep, not passing out. I woke up this morning rather than coming to. And that's just something that's incredible. Again, it wasn't too terribly long ago, almost 3 years ago, that I remember thinking this was never possible. And so I'm terrible at math. I'm horrible at math, but by God, just 1 + 1 = 2 is pretty simple for me. And I just kept it simple. My interest plus my action gave me my effort, my level of effort. And I want to encourage you today, how much action are you putting behind that interest? If you're going, man, I'm not getting the results. I'm not getting the results I'm after. Well, that takes effort, and in order to have effort, you have to have, that interest and your action behind it. I am interested in skydiving, but I will never skydive. I promise you, because I am not taking that action. I think it's fascinating. People would jump out of a plane, but I ain't going to do it. So therefore, I'm probably never going to experience what it's like to skydive. I have no desire whatsoever. Sure, it's interesting why people would jump out of a plane, but I ain't going to do it. Don't ask me to do it, So when it comes to recovery, we have that interest to get sober. We have that interest to get clean. But what are we doing? What kind of action are we taking to add to that interest? What kind of action are we taking to get the results that we want? We can't sit back and say, well, we're not getting the results I want by going to the meetings or by associating with like-minded people. How much action are you putting into it? Again, interest by itself is not enough to get me sober and to keep me sober. And I have many years of attempting that in order to prove me wrong. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. I hope you guys have an absolutely kick-ass Sunday. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys keep me sober, and I could not be more appreciative. I want to, again, thank everybody for those who attended the Crosstalk meetings last week, and, of course, the Crosstalk online meeting. Very good dialogue and conversation last night. I was really just so happy whenever we jumped off the call last night. So we'll be talking again soon this week. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.